Hello everyone, Ziaus on this side. So today here we are dealing with the daily practice problem of molecular basis of inheritance. So let's get started. Our first question is, which form of RNA has a structure resembling clover leaf? rRNA, hnRNA, mRNA and tRNA. So the answer is it's the tRNA. This is just like the general knowledge kind of question. Either you know or you don't know the answer. So it's the tRNA which has clover leaf model in the two-dimensional structure and hairpin model or L-shaped structure in the three dimension. Now dealing with the question number second. Other than DNA polymerase, which is or are the enzymes which are responsible for the DNA replication? Topoisomerase, helicase, RNA primase, all of these. So basically here the answer is all the enzymes are taking part here. So the answer will be all of these. Now question number third. The enzyme used for joining two DNA fragments is called as ligase, restriction endonuclease, DNA polymerase and gyrase. So basically this is one of the simple question. I should say it is none other than ligase. Now question number 4. Nucleoside arrangement in DNA can be seen by X-ray crystallography, electron microscope, ultracentrifuge and the light microscope. So basically here the answer will be it's the X-ray crystallography. X-ray crystallography, which like the first plate was developed by none other than Rosalind Franklin in the lab of Maurice Wilkin. Now question number 5. The Okazaki fragment in the DNA chain growth, polymerization in 3' to 5' direction and forms the replication fork. Prove that semi-conservative nature of DNA replication. Polymerization in 5' to 3' direction and explain 3' to 5' DNA replication. Result in transcription. So here the proper answer will be it is the polymerization in, it is the C answer, which is the polymerization in 5' to 3' and explaining 3' to 5' DNA replication. Now question number 6. Here reverse transcriptase is RNA dependent RNA polymerase, DNA dependent RNA polymerase, DNA dependent DNA polymerase and RNA dependent DNA polymerase. So basically the proper answer is here, it's the RNA dependent DNA polymerase. RNA dependent DNA polymerase, which is also called as reverse transcriptase. Now question number 7. Telomerase is an enzyme which is simple protein, RNA, ribonucleoprotein, repetitive DNA. So the basically telomerase is none other than a ribonucleoprotein. Telomerase is a ribonucleoprotein. Okay. Now question number 8. The DNA template sequence of CTG-ATAGC is transcribed over mRNA. So basically if you are dealing with the template strand, the mRNA will be exactly opposite of this, and if you are dealing with the coding strand, the mRNA will be exactly same, only the thymine will be replaced by the uracil. So in this question they are asking about the template strand, so ultimately you are going for the opposite one. So like the opposite of the C will be G, T will be A, again G will be C, then A, like opposite of adenine will be uracil instead of thymine, because you are dealing with the mRNA. So here the proper answer will be option B. It's the option B. Now question number 9. During replication of bacterial chromosome, DNA synthesis starts from replication origin site and RNA primers are involved, is facilitated by telomerase, it moves in one direction of the site, it moves in bidirectional way. So if you are dealing here, if you are dealing in a prokaryotic cell here, so ultimately you will be going for it moves in bidirectional way. It moves in bidirectional way. Okay. Now, question number 10. The enzyme which helps to cut one strand of DNA duplex to release the tension of the coiling of two strands is DNA ligase, DNA polymerase first, topoisomerase, helicase or unwindase. So basically the enzyme which is responsible to release the tension of the coiling or supercoiling is called as none other than topoisomerase. We call this enzyme as gyrase as well if you are dealing in the prokaryotic world. Now, question number 11. Histones are glycoproteins, mucoproteins, basic proteins, acid proteins. So basically they are basic proteins. They are basic proteins. Okay. Now, question number 12. One gene, one enzyme relationship was established for the first time in Salmonella typhimurium, Escherichia coli, Diplococcus pneumoniae, Neurospora crassa. So basically the answer is, it's the fungus called as Neurospora crassa. It's a fungus which is called as Neurospora crassa. Now, question number 13. Here, the transforming principle of pneumococcus as found out by Avery, MacLeod and McCarthy was mRNA, DNA, protein, polysaccharide. So basically the transforming principle was none other than DNA. It was DNA, which was like the conclusion of Avery, MacLeod and McCarthy. Question number 14. How many pair of nucleotides are present in one helix of bDNA? So here 10, 12, 5 and 6. The answer will be 10. Okay, deal with. Now, question number 15. Read the following four statement. In transcription, adenosine pairs with uracil. Regulation of lac operon by repressor is referred to as positive regulation. The human genome has approximately 50,000 genes. Hemophilia is a sex-linked recessive disease. How many of the above statements are correct? Okay. So the first statement they are saying is a transcription adenosine pairs with uracil, that is correct. Okay. Regulation of lac operon by repressor is referred to as positive regulation, that is not correct. Here, like it is the negative regulation. And the human genome has approximately 35,000 genes. So the third and the fourth are wrong. First one is correct. Hemophilia is a sex-linked recessive disease. This is also a correct option. So there are two statements which are correct. So I will be searching for like which option is having two. It is the option A. It is the option A. Deal with. Now, question number 16. In negative operon, co-repressor binds with repressor. Co-repressor does not binds with repressor. Co-repressor binds with inducer. CAMP has negative effect on lac operon. So basically question number 16, the answer is it's a co-repressor binds with repressor. If you are dealing with a negative operon, the co-repressor has to bind with the repressor. The co-repressor will be binding with the repressor. Now, deal with the question number 17. Transfer of genetic material from one bacterium to another in the transduction process is through conjugation, bacteriophage, another bacterium, physical contact between donor and recipient strain. So basically we do know that the transfer of the genetic material from one bacteria to other one is called as horizontal transfer. It's called as horizontal transfer, and it is basically achieved with the help of bacteriophages. And if the genetic material has been transferred from the parent to the offspring, that will be called as vertical transfer. Deal with. Now, question number 18. telomere and eukaryotic chromosome possess short segments of. Telomere and eukaryotic chromosome possess short segment of guanine rich repeats, thymine rich repeats, cytosine rich repeats, adenine rich repeats. So basically it's none other than guanine rich repeats. This type of questions you should be knowing, like these are none other than general knowledge kind of questions. Either you know the answer or you don't know the answer. You cannot guess these kind of answers. Now, question number 19. Red-green color blindness is a sex-linked disease. Yes, it's a sex-linked trait. Which of the given statement is not correct regarding color blindness? It is more common in males than in females. Homozygous recessive condition is required for the expression of color blindness in the females. Males can be the carrier of the trait. Colorblind women always have colorblind father and always produce colorblind son. So basically the answer here will be option C, which is incorrect about colorblindness, that the males can be carrier of the trait. Human male cannot become the carrier of X-linked disorder. Either he will be affected or he will be proper normal. They cannot be the carrier. Okay. Now, question number 21. Select the incorrect statement regarding DNA replication. Leading strand is formed in 5' to 3' direction. Okazaki fragments are formed in 5' to 3' direction. DNA polymerase catalyzes polymerization in 5' to 3' direction. DNA polymerase catalyzes polymerization in 3' to 5' direction. So if you are going for the elimination method, first, second and the third will be eliminated because they are correct. So the last one is the incorrect, called as a DNA polymerase catalyzes the polymerization in 3' to 5' direction. Correct? Okay. Now, question number 22nd. Cry-do-chat syndrome is caused by change in the chromosome structure involving deletion, duplication, inversion, translocation. So basically the answer here is deletion. The answer here is deletion. I'll give you some extra hint as well. Basically the Cry-do-chat syndrome is caused by the deletion of the P arm of the chromosome number 5. Deletion of P arm of the chromosome number 5 will cause you cat cry syndrome in the newborn baby. Now, question number 23rd. Chemically, RNA is reactive. RNA is dash reactive and dash stable as compared to DNA. Equally, less, more, less, more, equally. So basically RNA is more reactive and less stable as compared to DNA because of the presence of the oxygen in the 2' carbon. Okay, the RNA has 2' OH in its structure, and that is the reason why RNA is more reactive and less stable as compared to DNA. Question number 24. Morgan worked on the Drosophila because it has short lifespan, the production of many offspring by the single mating, clear and easy recognition of male and the female insect. And the answer, last option, is all of the above, and that is the correct one. Question number 25. Cytological evidence to Mendel's theory of segregation is anaphase first, anaphase second, metaphase first, metaphase first, metaphase second. So basically here the proper answer will be whenever the separation of the chromosome is taking place in the meiosis first is none other than anaphase first. Okay. Now, Sutton and Boveri explained Mendel's law by movement of the chromosome during cell division, movement of nuclei during cell division, movement of cell organelle during cell division, movement of proteins during cell division. So here, like the question number 25 and the 26 are correlated with each other. So answer will be movement of chromosome during cell division. Okay. Now, question number 27. What would happen if in a gene encoding a polypeptide of 50 amino acids, 25th codon is mutated to UAA? which means UAA, UGA and UAG, any of these three codon is referred to as the stop codon. All these three codons are referred to as the stop codon. UAA, UGA, UAG. We call them as UR, UJA and UAJ. So here the answer options are: a polypeptide of 24 amino acid will be formed, 2 polypeptides of 24 and 25 amino acids will be formed, a polypeptide of 49 amino acid will be formed, a polypeptide of 25 amino acid will be formed. So if the 25th codon is mutated, so ultimately only 24 amino acid will be formed, because the 25th has been converted into a stop codon. Okay, now question number 28. Regulation of gene expression occurs at the level of transcription, processing or splicing, translation, all of these. So basically the regulation of gene expression occurs at the level of all of the above. Deal with. Question number 29. Find out the wrong sentence about the heterochromatin. Wrong. Okay. It is densely packed. This is correct. It stains dark. It is transcriptionally active. It is late replicating. So the wrong option is it is transcriptionally active. It is non-coding. Basically the heterochromatin is non-coding, which means it is transcriptionally inactive. And the euchromatin is coding, that will be the transcriptionally active. Now, question number 30. Other than DNA polymerase, which are the enzymes involved in the DNA synthesis? Topoisomerase, helicase, RNA primase, all of the above. So basically the answer is simple, it is all of the above. Now, question number 31. What does lac refers to in when we call as the lac operon? The number 1 lac, lactose, lactase and the lac insect. So basically it is the option B called as lactose. It's a sugar which is present in the milk, and the lac operon is basically responsible for the breakdown of lactose into glucose and galactose. Lactose is a disaccharide which gets broken down into two different monosaccharides called as glucose and galactose. Now, question number 32. The error rate of changing in an incorrect base with another incorrect base during proofreading is 1 in 10 bases, 1 in 100 bases, 1 in 1000 bases and 1 in 10,000 bases. So basically the error rate here is 1 in 10,000 bases, which means relatively it's a very small chance is there that the incorrect base pairing will occur during the proofreading. Now, question number 33. DNA fingerprinting refers to molecular analysis of profiles of DNA sample, analysis of DNA sample using imprinting devices, technique used for molecular analysis of different specimen of DNA, techniques used for identification of fingerprints of individuals. So basically DNA fingerprinting refers to molecular analysis of profiles of DNA sample. Question number 34. In negative operon, co-repressor binds with repressor, co-repressor does not bind with repressor, co-repressor binds with inducer, CAMP has negative effect on lac operon. So basically the answer is co-repressor binds with repressor. Co-repressor binds with repressor. Now, dealing with the question number 35. Genes that are involved in turning on or off the transcription of a set of structural genes are called as operator, redundant genes, regulator genes, polymorphic genes. So basically the proper answer will be it is the operator. It is the operator which is responsible for making the switching on or off of the structural genes, transcription of the structural genes. Question number 36. If the gene encoding the lac repressor is mutated so that it can no longer bind the operator, will transcription of that operon occur? Yes, but only when the lactose is present. No, because RNA polymerase is needed to transcribe the gene. Yes, because the operator will not bound by repressor and RNA polymerase can transcribe the lac operon. No, because CAMP levels are low when the repressor is not functional. So the correct answer is yes, because the operator will not be bound by the repressor and the RNA polymerase can transcribe the lac operon. So if the repressor is not bounded with the operator, continuous transcription of all the structural genes of the lac operon will occur. Be it lac Z, be it lac Y, be it lac A. Now, question number 37. Transcriptional regulation in prokaryote can occur by a repressor binding an operator and preventing transcription, an activator binding upstream from a promoter and positively affecting transcription, different promoter sequence binding RNA polymerase more tightly resulting in more effective transcription. All of the above. So basically the proper answer is all of the above. The proper answer is all of the above. Now dealing with the question number 38. Process used for amplification or multiplication of DNA for the fingerprinting is polymerase chain reaction, nasolarization, southern blotting, northern blotting. So basically like the process responsible for the amplification of the DNA is none other than polymerase chain reaction. It's none other than polymerase chain reaction. Now, question number 39. Here, lactose operon produces enzyme galactosidase, permease and glycogen synthetase, enzyme galactosidase, permease and transacetylase, permease, glycogen synthetase and transacetylase, enzyme galactosidase, permease, phosphoglucose isomerase. So basically it's the B option which is correct, which is giving you galactosidase, permease and transacetylase. Now question number 40. Satellite DNA is classified in many categories such as microsatellite, mini satellite, etc. on the basis of the base composition, length of the segment and number of the repetitive units. Normally does not code for any protein. It shows polymorphism. It forms the basis of the DNA fingerprinting. So the most accurate answer here will be that the satellite DNA do not codes for any protein. Satellite DNA do not codes for any protein. Now, question number 41. In prokaryotes, gene regulation occurs at the level of transcription, translation, post-translation. So basically in the prokaryotes, the gene regulation will occur at the level of transcription. Now, question number 42. The regulation of the tryptophan synthesis in E. coli is an example of affecting gene expression through translational control, transcriptional control, homeotic gene control, breaking down mRNA molecule. So if you are dealing with the regulation of the synthesis of the tryptophan, so ultimately you are going for the mRNA formation and you are dealing with the transcription. You are dealing with the transcriptional control. Okay. Now, question number 43. Transcription in the prokaryotic cell is initiated at a promoter using one of the three RNA polymerase, specifically RNA pol 2, initiated at a start codon with the help of initiation factor and the small subunit of the ribosome, initiated at a promoter and uses only one strand of DNA, the template strand, to synthesize a complementary RNA strand is terminated at stop codon. So basically the most accurate answer here will be is the option C, that it is initiated at a promoter. It is initiated at a promoter and uses only one strand of the DNA called as a template strand to synthesize a complementary RNA strand. Okay. Now, question number 44. DNA replication is dash process and dash energy. Exergonic does not require energy. Endothermic does require energy. Endergonic does require energy. Endothermic does not require energy. So question number 44's answer is option C. It is endergonic and it does requires energy. It is endergonic and it does requires energy. Now, question number 45. Which one of the following triplet codon is correctly matched with its specificity for an amino acid in protein synthesis as start or stop codon? UAC for tyrosine, UCG for start, UUU for stop, and UGU for leucine. So basically if you are dealing like the start and the stop codon, both of them are wrong here. Either for being the start codon it has to be AUG, or if like there is a stop codon, there must be any of these three codon called as UAA, UGA or UAG. So the rest of options which are left here, it's option A and the option D. And basically like the option A is the more accurate, like because tyrosine is coded by UAC codon. Tyrosine is coded by UAC codon. Now, question number 46. In transcription in eukaryotes, heterogeneous nuclear RNA, that is called as hnRNA, is transcribed by RNA pol 1, RNA pol 2, RNA pol 3, all of these. So basically it is the RNA pol 2 which is responsible for the formation of the hnRNA. It is the RNA pol 2 which is responsible for the formation of hnRNA. Now, question number 47. ABO blood group system is due to multifactor inheritance, incomplete dominance, multiple allelism, epistasis. So the proper answer here will be it is because of multiple alleles. It is because of multiple alleles. Now, question number 48. In humans, male XXY and female XXXX occurs due to aneuploidy, euploidy, not autosomal syndrome, and none of the above. So basically this is because of aneuploidy, abnormal number of the chromosomes. Okay, and euploidy means proper number of the chromosome. Now, question number 49. Hemophilia is more common in males because it is a recessive character carried by Y chromosome. It is a dominant character carried by Y chromosome. It is a dominant trait carried by X chromosome. It is a recessive trait carried by X chromosome. So the proper answer here will be it is a recessive trait carried by X chromosome. And the issue in the human males is the human males are hemizygous, which means they have only one copy of the X chromosome. So even if it is a recessive disorder, it will be expressed in the human males, whereas it won't be expressed in the hybrid females. Okay, so the females can be affected, they can be carrier or they can be normal. But if it is a case in the human males of the X-linked disorders, either they'll be affected or they'll be proper normal. They can never be the carrier. Now, question number 50. The most striking example of the point mutation is found in a disease called as thalassemia, night blindness, Down's syndrome, sickle cell anemia. So the proper answer here is like the sickle cell anemia, because like if you are dealing with a detailed study, you do know like the glutamate, 6th number glutamate is replaced by the valine, or somehow like the codon GUG is replaced by the GAG. So only the uracil has been replaced by the adenine, and ultimately like the complete like the protein formation, or like ultimately like the shape of the RBCs has been changed from biconcave to C-shaped or sickle shaped. Question number 51. In Down syndrome of a male child, the sex complement will be X0, 45XY, 45XX, XXY. So the proper answer here will be 45XY, because in case of the Down syndrome, like the 21st chromosome becomes trisomy in condition, because the mother has given both the 21st chromosome. Non-disjunction has taken place in the meiosis first of the anaphase first in the mother's egg. So ultimately there are 3 copies of the 21 chromosome instead of 2. So like the autosomes will be 45 instead of 44, and the normal sex chromosome will be there XY, because like the question is related with the male child. If the same question will be related with the female child, the answer will be flipped as 45XX. Now, question number 52. Bar body in mammals represent all the heterochromatin in the female cell, Y chromosome in somatic cell of male, all heterochromatin in the male and the female cell, one of the 2 X chromosome in somatic cell of females. So basically bar body is one of the 2 X chromosome in the somatic cell of female. Normally the bar body in the females, like ultimately one of the X chromosome in the somatic cell becomes inactive. Now, question number 53. A person with the sex chromosome XXY suffers from Down syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, Turner syndrome, and gynecomastia. So basically XXY will be Klinefelter's syndrome. XXY will be Klinefelter's syndrome. Now, question number 54. Drosophila flies with XXY genotype are females, but human beings with such genotype are abnormal males. It shows that Y chromosome is essential for sex determination in Drosophila. Y chromosome is female dominant in Drosophila. Y chromosome is male determination in the human being. Y chromosome has no role in sex determination either in Drosophila or in human being. So the proper answer here will be option C. Y chromosome is male determination. Y chromosome is male determination in human being. It's the option C. Now, question number 55. Lack of independent assortment of 2 genes A and B in fruit fly Drosophila is due to repulsion, recombination, linkage, crossing over. So basically it is linkage. Because of the linkage, the independent assortment cannot take place. Because of the linkage, the independent assortment cannot take place. Now, question number 56. Select the incorrect statement from the following. Galactosemia is an inborn error of metabolism. Small population size result in random genetic drift in a population. Baldness is a sex-limited disease. Linkage is an exception to the principle of independent assortment in heredity. First thing first, galactosemia is basically the presence of the galactose in the blood. That is like none other than an inborn error of the metabolism. The second one is related with the Hardy-Weinberg law, the condition in which the small population results in the genetic drift. That is correct as well. Baldness is a sex-limited trait. We'll check this point. Option D, linkage is an exception to the principle of independent assortment. Yes, we have just dealt with this question in the previous one. So here like the proper answer will be baldness is a sex-limited trait. No, baldness is not a sex-limited trait. Rather, baldness is a sex-influenced trait. They both of them are different. Okay, they are not the same. Now, question number 57. Cry-du-Chat syndrome is caused by the change in the chromosome structure involving deletion, duplication, inversion, translocation. So the answer is it's the P arm of the chromosome number 5 called as deletion. Question number 58. Biometric genetics deals with the biochemical explanation of various genetic phenomena, the effect of environment on genetic setup organism, the genetical radiation on the living organism, the inheritance of quantitative trait. So biometric basically deals with the inheritance of quantitative trait. Okay. Now, question number 59. Which one of the following condition correctly describes the manner of determining the sex in the given example? Homozygous sex chromosome ZZ determines female sex in birds. X0 type of sex chromosome determines male sex in the grasshopper. X0 condition in the human as found in the Turner syndrome determines the female sex. Homozygous sex chromosome XX produces male in the Drosophila. So the proper answer here will be option B. It is the X0 type of sex chromosome which determines the male sex in the grasshopper. Okay, like if you are dealing with a male sex, like the grasshopper will be having X0, whereas the female grasshopper will be having XX. Why we haven't gone for the option C? Because like the X0 is causing the Turner syndrome, but it is not determining the proper female sex. Rather, it will be giving you the phenotype of sterile female. So that is the reason why we have not gone for the option C. Rather, we have gone for the option B. Now, the last but not the least one, the final question of our today's DPP is question number 60. Select the correct statement from the ones given below with respect to the dihybrid cross. Tightly linked genes on the same chromosome show higher recombination. Genes far apart on the same chromosome show very few recombination. Genes loosely linked on the same chromosome show similar recombination as they are tightly linked ones. Tightly linked genes on the same chromosome show very few recombination. So basically the proper answer for the question number 60 will be the option D. Linkage and the recombination are inversely proportional of each other. So if the linkage is increased, the recombination will decrease at all. If the linkage is increased, the recombination has to be decreased. So the proper answer is tightly linked genes on the same chromosome show very few or no recombination at all. Okay, deal with. Now, hopefully this daily practice problem DPP series is beneficial for you guys. Thank you very much for your so much support. Thank you very much.